We'd like to thank you for watching this professional development workshop. Today, this is presented by Operation Education, which includes Caitlin, Stephanie, Vanessa, Mackenzie, Valerie, and Laura. To begin the workshop, we would have teachers access the workshop guide through the DocHub Chrome app. This will give them access to the workshop guide throughout the presentation, which means all of the links included in the guide will be interactive and clickable, and they will also be able to annotate and record notes over that. The next thing that we're going to have them do is access the Tech Savvy quiz and complete the 10 questions on their personal devices or laptops. After they've done that, they will use the Poll Everywhere application to text their score using the letters A, B, or C, and those instructions will also be included in their workshop guide. One of the primary reasons that we wanted to do this was to model metacognitively how we would use technology in our own classrooms so that teachers can take back the same resources that they are seeing us use and apply those in their rooms. Using the quiz and the Poll Everywhere feature to begin the workshop really helps us harness prior knowledge that some teachers may already have of ways that they are applying technology in their own classrooms and perhaps even prior knowledge of the ISTE standards. Our professional objectives for this workshop are first for teachers to be able to identify the 5 ISTE standards for teachers, and second, to design a multimedia learning experience incorporating ISTE standards 2 and 3. First, the reason that we hone in on standards 2 and 3 is because we are limited in the scope and time of a professional development experience, and we feel that these give teachers the clearest perspective of how to apply the standards within their classrooms. By working together to design a multimedia learning experience in this workshop, teachers will be able to apply standards 2 and 3, and they will be able to go back to their classrooms with a work product that they can use immediately. We feel that after introducing the objectives, the next important topic is why. Why are we having this professional development today? And the reason that we are introducing this idea is because we really want to engage teachers in the work that they're about to take part in and develop a vision for the professional development. The first reason why we are having this workshop and that we have designed it is because we know that people learn better from words and pictures than from words alone. We know that the brain processes words and pictures in working memory, and that not all students learn at the same pace. Technology allows learners to control the pace of their presentations, and they allow them to be more effective because they can interact with the presentations, slow it down, and stop it. The next thing that we will be looking at is the 5 ISTE standards developed by the International Society for Technology and Education for teachers. We know that there are also standards for students, administrators, computer science educators, and coaches, but again, today we are going to hone in on standards 2 and 3 for teachers. Teachers will have an opportunity to discuss what these standards mean to them and what some ways are that they're already using them in their classrooms. More than likely, teachers are already using several of these standards in their classrooms. Today, we really want them to focus on how they are doing that and incorporating even more technology into their classrooms. After viewing the video on the previous slide, teachers will have the opportunity to discuss the indicators of Standard 2 that they have seen. They should identify communication with technology, consideration of audience, incorporating diverse learning styles, and establishing teams around problem-based learning. After that, they will have table time at which they can work with their content area groups, choose a common core standard, and consider how they might create an interactive lesson that uses technology to engage and assess their students. Once teachers have had an opportunity to work with Standard 2 hands-on, they will start to examine Standard 3 in further depth. For this standard, they should evaluate how a teacher can use technology to develop digital learning experiences that personalize student activities and allow students to become active participants in their learning. In this example, they will look at a Weebly website entitled Mrs. Bonham's Bunch. They will start by looking for the different characteristics of Standard 3. The first characteristic, demonstrate fluency in technology systems and the transfer of current knowledge to new technologies and situations, will be evidenced by the Videos tab. On their own devices or laptops, teachers will access the Videos tab and evaluate these videos for this characteristic. The second characteristic is collaboration with students, peers, parents, and community members using digital tools. The teachers will access the Google Doc that the teacher has created on her website and evaluate for that characteristic. The third characteristic, communicate relevant information and ideas effectively using digital age media and formats, is evidenced in the homework and student work tabs. Again, teachers will access these on their own devices and evaluate them. The fourth characteristic of Standard 3 is model and facilitate effective use of current and emerging digital tools to support research and learning. This standard is evidenced by the Science and Social Studies tabs. The teachers will then answer the 3 questions on this slide with their groups in order to further evaluate how this exemplar met the components of Standard 3. This work will allow them to move into the next part, which is the application of Standard 3. In order to apply Standard 3 and integrate it with the work that the teachers have already done on Standard 2 activity, teachers will develop a lesson about the table standard that they already identified by exploring online content and creating their own tech-savvy lesson. This lesson will address a specific Common Core State Standard objective that will be applicable within their own classrooms. They will use at least one digital learning or assessment tool, which they will share out with their small group at the end of the session and then with the whole group. As we move into the closing of the professional development, teachers will have an opportunity to share their resources with their small content area groups, and then finally with the whole group. Upon coming back together as a whole group, we'll draw connections to today's standards and learning objectives. Finally, teachers will complete the final reflection that you see here with these 5 questions in a Google form. They will also have access to this final reflection in the DocHub Chrome app. As teachers leave the professional development today, we want them to leave not only with the work product that they have created, but also with the knowledge and skills to continue to apply the ISTE standards within their own classrooms. For this reason, their professional development guides include an extensive resource list. Additionally, you see here 3 suggestions for continuing to stay involved and apply the ISTE standards. Thank you for watching this presentation.